Hello everyone, welcome to yet another video in the Donna Lee month. It's a month where we're looking at different aspects of Donna Lee. So we did a video on the theme, we did a video with a solo by Charlie Parker, we did a video with a solo by Jimmy Rosenberg and most recently Stockholmer Rosenberg. And in this video I'm compiling my top 6 favorite licks from those 3 solos, and I will show how I would use them in an actual jazz improvisation. I'm very happy to announce that finally physical copies of my book are for sale at the web store of Tommy Davey at djangoguitars.com. And if you want to know more about the book, I will put a full description of the book in the comments, and you will also find a link to the web store. Okay, let's get started with phrase number 1. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. The licks are not ranked from 1 to 6, I just went in the opposite direction I went the first time. So I'm starting with Stockholmer's solo and show you my 2 favorite licks from that solo, and then Jimmy, and then finally ending with Charlie Parker. So this first lick, Stockholmer originally plays on D flat 6 to D flat minor to A flat. And the licks works great for that progression, but in the solo I was mainly playing it on the 2-5 to A flat, because this phrase, this first phrase that fits really great on D flat major also fits perfectly on B flat minor. And this second phrase, of course, fits perfectly on D flat minor 6. But you could also play it on E flat 7 and create a sus altered sound. It doesn't really matter what the name is, but it works to create some tension. But the fact that it resolves to A flat makes it really a special sound on E flat. E flat altered, resolving to A flat. Now in the solo I wasn't playing this lick verbatim, that's not the point. I was using parts of the lick because in Donna Lee you cannot always play that final phrase completely. There's no time for it, so I played parts of it, and that's also the point I want to make. When you use these phrases in your own solos, you don't have to play exactly what is written there. You can embellish it, you can play with the rhythms, you can play parts of it. Okay, let's go to the next phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. This is that great F minor scale pattern from Stockholmer with both the 6 and the major 7. Of course, this lick is a prime example of something that you could really alter in many different ways. You could change the rhythms. You could play with embellishments. You can come up with many different ways to embellish this lick, and you can make these embellishments when you are practicing, but you could also just during improvisation come up with embellishments on the spot. Let's go to the next phrase from Jimmy Rosenberg's solo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Before we talk about this lick, I want to tell you that next month, November, of course, is Black Friday month. And for Black Friday month, I'm running a special deal starting around the 3rd of November for my Patreon. If you don't know my Patreon, it's a gigantic collection of exclusive tab and exclusive videos that are only accessible to my patrons, with jazz guitar videos on almost any topic you can think of and almost every artist you can think of, from Charlie Parker to Sonny Rollins to Django to Birelli to Pasquale Grasso. You name it, I probably made a video about it. And everything is written down both in notes and tab. So if you want to check it out, November is the month to check it out, because you can join the highest level of access, which means access to literally everything, hundreds of pages of tab and dozens of videos for almost half off. So keep an eye on my Patreon in November. This phrase again by Jimmy is something that he originally plays on D flat 6 to D flat minor. But just like with Stockholmer's lick, this lick works great on a 2-5-1 to A flat. Because this first phrase works both on D flat 6 and B flat minor. And this second phrase, same principle, it creates a altered sus sound on E flat. And what I like about it also is, of course, that sweep down. It's really a typical jazz guitar sound, a staple of jazz guitar soloing that you should really have in your bag of tricks. Let's go to the next Jimmy phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Based on a pentatonic scale, but in triplets, and it sounds very impressive, but it is actually easier than you think because of the fingerings and the easy picking. It's all alternate, and it's mostly 3-1, except for the first two strings, it's 4-1, and now all 3-1. And you can end it in many ways, but Jimmy ends it like this. And if you want to stay on F minor, you could just play some kind of A flat major arpeggio up. Really very usable in many situations. Let's go to a Charlie Parker phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. tricky to play on guitar, but a nice one to practice. It switches between F minor and C7 all the time. It starts with F minor to C7 and F minor again, C7, F minor. Now you can play this on any minor chord or any long stretch of minor chords. You don't have to necessarily play it on F minor, C7, F minor, C7, just any F minor passage. For example, in a minor blues, if you have a minor blues, let's say in G minor, on the first 4 bars. Let's go to the last phrase of this video, another Charlie Parker phrase. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I chose this phrase because it features that sharp 11 on B flat, which is that thing we talked about in earlier videos when you have a dominant chord on the 2nd degree. So we're in A flat. So the 2nd degree is B flat, and normally you would have B flat minor 7. But now when you have a dominant chord like B flat 7, a lot of people, or it's a staple of jazz to emphasize that sharp 11. In this case in E. So this lick starts with that, and then a really swinging, typical Charlie Parker ending. Those were my top 6 licks from the Stockholmer Rosenberg, Jimmy Rosenberg and Charlie Parker solos. I hope you enjoyed them. Of course, there are many more licks in those solos that are worthwhile practicing, so check out the separate videos I made about each solo. They are linked in the description. If you like my video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. I'm trying to reach that 25,000 subscriber goal. It's still a ways off, but I'm slowly getting there and I could use your help. Hopefully, I will see you in the next video. Bye!